So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of Mars in the sixth house for Scorpio ascendant people. As in, what happens when Mars is sitting in the sixth house, as in a Scorpio ascendant. And as always, if you do not know if you have this particular position, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, along with all your astrological details, check out the links here, astrology.com, where you'll find my books, reports, consultations, and link to my academy, Maghavedic Astrology Academy, where I'm currently teaching the Nandinari course, along with a new course coming on time, the value of time. So anyway, Mars in the sixth house. So this is a position that, first of all, yes, one has to deal with health issues. It is a given. Because wherever Mars goes, first of all, it has to bring in conflicts, bring in cuts, bruises, injuries, health issue. And especially the thing is, sixth house is a domain of Mars and Mercury mix, because Mercury is the original controller of the sixth house, and then Mars is the significator of the sixth house. And due to this, one has to deal with health issues regardless of what sign Mars is in. But especially in Aries, it shows the strength to overcome that health issue. Especially with Mars, you will see that there will be issues with the teeth. One has to deal with issues of the teeth, and especially here, 24th year, you will definitely go to a dentist, or even you'll have tooth pain, which is hard to remember if you're even 3-4 years ago. It'll be hard to remember for you to, if you did any kind of took any medicines, put elaichi in your between your teeth and got rid of that pain. But it'll occur at that particular age, at that particular time. Now, like I was telling you, Mars is a mastermind of conflict. So in the sixth house, he's going to bring conflict either amongst your mother siblings or your conflicts with them. Sixth house is also the house of the Shadripus, Rog, Rin, Shatru, right? Any kind of diseases, legal issues, all these things are the sixth house. So here, first of all, shows right after your birth, maternal uncle would have dealt with issues of the property, whether it was legal issue, whether it was some issue related to the construction. At the same time, it will bring some form of major conflict will come between you and your maternal aunts and uncles at one point in life. You can even be 20 and have an amazing relationship, but there will be a point where some major issue will come in, and especially with this particular Mars, 28th year. Especially 6th year, you would have done something that could have gotten you into trouble with them. Okay. Also, when Mars is in the 6th, younger brother will always stand between you and the enemy. They will always be there to support you and help you, but also the thing is, they themselves will have to also deal with the same kind of like a health karma as you, injuries as you, including even most commonly known as sports injuries. Because here, Mars is the lord of the ascendant. So it's you. And because the ascendant lord or ascendant sign is Scorpio, it's a water-based sign. So Mars actually feels weak in Scorpio, much more strengthened than Aries. But also the thing is, the strength of Mars comes up when Mars deals with conflicts in life. You see, this is the best placement for somebody to go towards competitive exams, to go towards being a police officer, especially if Saturn looks at Mars, or an army. Because here on your daily basis, you're dealing with enemies. You have this is your constitution. This is your karma, this is your dharma, this is your artha. That in unless you deal with conflicts, unless you deal with enemies, the flourishment does not take place. You will also see after marriage, either spouse's younger brother or your younger brother moves to a foreign place or far away, isolated place. And it's not like you move far away. Yeah, that's another thing. That's something we'll deal with some other alignment. But here, younger brother will have to move like away from wherever you are, or even away from the home that they're in. And the thing is, especially in a female's horoscope, this is a position that brings in all kinds of constant disputes with the husband. But just like the individual themselves, the husband at the end of the day will stand with you when the enemy obstacles comes in. But here's the thing, this is a trade-off in the female's chart. You'll have to choose between brother or the husband. One of the relationship will always suffer. If the relationship with the younger brother is excellent, then the relationship with the spouse will either be ups and downs, or their health could be ups and downs, or vice versa. So there's always that trade-off with Mars in the sixth, that you have to kind of like become the Pandavas or the Kauravas. Like, are you gonna fight with Karan or just fight with Duryodhan, or both? So these are the type of choices that comes in a person's life. But one thing you will see with Mars in the sixth is that these people become excellent at even scenarios connected with accounting. Okay. Accounting, or especially, and not chartered accountancy, that's Jupiter. So if Jupiter gets involved, yes, they can become chartered accountants. But usually this person is good at dealing with logic and finding the strength to figure out all the errors of the sixth house. Like, what's wrong with the sixth house? Sixth house is also accounting, checks and balances. So they're very alert with that. See, Mars is alert. Mars is awake. Mars is a soldier. So you're putting a soldier in a department of not just fighting in disputes, but also legalities, accounting, and pretty much work. So they love fighting in that particular area. The entire energy of your horoscope, because remember, wherever Mars is, that's where the energy goes. So now the energy goes into the sixth. But now the fire goes into the sixth, because Mars is in the sixth in Aries. So this is why on one hand they will serve people, but on the other hand there will be a selfish motive behind serving people, which again, it's subjective. Maybe it's okay as long as you serve people. Who cares? Maybe your objective is you want to look like a hero, whether it's a hero IS officer, police officer, soldier, marine, whoever, a good Samaritan, doesn't matter. You're somehow wanting to protect things, fight for things, but also there is a bit of that reason behind, hey, this can actually help me here. This can actually help me raise my value up. And that's okay. You should. If it's going to raise your stock up, corporations do this openly. Why can't you do it? Of course you can. It's like, for example, when corporations or media companies give misinformation or lie, everybody's like, oh, they made a mistake. It's okay. When astrologer makes a mistake in their prediction and all that, oh, well, now it's completely fake and it's, charlatanism and this and that. Like, can we catch a break? It's like a same scenario here, with Mars in the sixth. But yeah, the fighting quality is there. No matter what comes in, like for example, if Rahu's there, you can get an infection, but you will fight off that infection because the strength is there with Mars in the sixth. But yeah, whatever environment you go in, you're gonna find people who are selfish. This is why you become selfish, because the Aries is representing the environment Mars is in. So you're in a very selfish environment. Everybody against everybody, one-on-one competition, things of that nature will take place. Okay. So I hope this has helped and given some insights into your Mars in the 6,000s for Scorpio Ascendant. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss